Okay, guys, welcome back to new episode, episode 9. We're actually doing great. Yeah, so we'll be doing our regular shake. I'm just trying to see if every platform is actually working. Okay. So yeah, the last time that was yesterday. So yesterday we kind of like stopped. We concluded. Yeah, I said that we concluded the whole authentication flow, but the whole UI and all those stuff, and the logic and the features with AWS. We just concluded all those paths. I don't think there's anything remaining. Yeah, so we were kind of like trying to fix one or two. So yeah, one of the issues we'll be fixing is in the sign up screen, and you can actually see that if I try to refresh, restart the simulator, uh, after you restart the simulator and tries to actually go, after restarting the simulator and try to go to sign in at the sign in screen, and you can see this pop up. This always appears and kind of like not good, not a good user experience to always have a pop up. You don't even know why it's there. So we're going to fix that. One way to fix that is basically trying to conditionally have a condition that we um, allow this to pop up and also hide it depending on what we want to do. So in this case, we only want this to pop up only when the user have actually resetted their password. Like when the user is done resetting their password and everything is complete, then we can actually call this to pop up on the sign-in screen. So that's basically what we'll be working on right now. So let's go ahead and fix this. And up here, I'm going to create a TypeScript type. I'm going to say the type is going to be nope. So I'm going to create this. I'm going to say type should be sign in type. Routes. So I'm going to do routes props. Plus objects, which is going to be params. In there, I'm going to have something that we're going to be a boolean, and I'm going to call the password. I'm going to say reset pass successful. And the name is actually long, the boolean variable. I think that should be it. And that's I'm going to name this params. And I'm going to say in here, so the type of the function is going to be React function component, and it's going to have a type for the props. We're going to use the sign-in type, and we're going to destructure it right here and get hold of the route property inside it. And I'm going to use that because we're going to have a parameter called successful params reset successful. I'm going to say inside, what is it again? This should actually be optional. Should make it optional too. So where do we have our custom model? I think this should be here. Okay, yeah, I think this should be it. So let's try and fix this. And in here, I'm going to remove this. For now, let's set this to visible. Yeah, basically this, and it's going to be routes params reset successful. So if it's true, so you just show this, else hide it. Let's see, think that will actually have, that will cause an issue. Let's first of all try to set this back to mother visible first and check some stuff. I'm gonna say use some if statement right above here. Yes, somewhere here. For now, I'm gonna say if this is true, just log something out. And I will just try so yeah, inside our reset screen, that should be somewhere. Yeah, reset password screen, or no, change password screen. Yeah, I think this place, because this is the place where I actually navigate into the sign-in screen. And once I navigate in there, I want to pass a param, call that to be successful, reset successful. Set that to be true. Get hold of that. Okay, let's try this. So try to go to the forget password screen, and let's try doing this. So dev, and then send password, and in here is going to ask us to open our email from here, or try again if we didn't receive it, or just click here to enter the code. And yeah, I think let's check if I actually received the code from my email. I'm going to show you guys. Give me a moment. I'm trying to open up my Gmail account, the one I'm using for it, for the login, so I can show you guys the code that was sent. Yeah. I think there we go. Let's this a bit. Yeah, you can actually see that was sent 0 minutes ago, and here is the code that was sent to us. So right now I can decide to enter the code, and in here just type in the code, which should be 0939 66. Yeah, there we go. And the new password, still the same old password. We are not going to change that. No, that should be TVUO 247, then hash. Yeah. So repeat that again. Yeah, so go ahead and that worked. So right now let's see if something will be console that. Yeah, that worked. So you can actually see reset successful, and that has a value of true. So that basically working fine. Let's see. So we are able to cache that on our in this if statement that we have here. So we could actually try to say if that is true, console log that out, but we still don't want this to be in production. Still need to delete this console log. But I'm going to say set, not set, AWS message, no. We're going to say set is modal visible. I think that should be the one. So which one triggers the modal that we have here? So the one that triggers the modal should be the modal visible, set modal visible. Yeah, should be this one. And I'm going to call that function set state in here, pass that to be true. And it will start being its modal visible start being false, right? Cool. Its modal visible, set is modal visible start being false. Wait a second, set modal visible. Okay, yeah, modal visible start being false. Yeah, so you can already have a confusing name here. Most of this variable needs to change the names. Yeah, so let's try this again. So get started, go to sign in, and you can actually see the pop-up is no longer the modal is no longer popping up. Like previously it always pops up here and kind of like disrupts the user experience. So let's try forgot password again. Go see dev. And then you can actually say, so right now I think the code should be sent. Try to refresh your browser, and there we go. So you got another code. There's the code, second code. I'm going to enter that in here, and that should be 703 and 123, and it's still the same password. We're not going to change it. So TVUO 247 then hash. I think yeah, that should be it. I can just look at it and type it in here. TVUO 247 and hash. Yeah, both of them are the same. Yeah, so go ahead and try to submit this. Okay, we got an issue right now. So let's see. Okay, too many re-renders on the screen. Yep. Okay, I see. So the issue was basically this being called right there. Trying to see. We could actually try, so there's two possibilities that we can actually work with right here in my head. So I can try initializing this with the variable from this immediately, set that to be any variable from this, or we could actually conditionally render this particular view here, depending on if that is visible or not. We can actually work that way, but I think let's try this option first. So I'm going to wrap this. Come on. Okay, get started, sign in. Okay, I think that worked a bit. Yeah, so let's try forgot password again. Hopefully this time around. Let's see. Okay. Say 172 172 380 380. Still the same old password. Yeah, hash. I'm gonna actually copy this. Yeah, copy. Yeah, paste. Yeah, that worked. And then try to change the password. Yeah, that worked. So yeah, congrats, we are able to actually dynamically hide the model and actually set it to visible depending on whether this right here is true or false. So if it's true, basically allow this to be visible to the user, which is basically also has a shard of model. And yeah, if it's false, just hide it so nothing is visible. So yeah, that's one way to do this. I think there's many other ways we can actually achieve that without going through this route. But yeah, so then when the user is kind of like doesn't want to see this anymore, just got it, and that goes away. They decide to log in with any of their password or details. So I'm gonna say codecdev as a username, and then the password is still the same. And there we go. So the user is actually successfully logged in. So yeah, I think that's one part of it, trying to fix what we left out yesterday. Yeah, I think that we successfully fixed that. So we got a message on the chat. So someone is actually asking one question. You create something with desktop with React Native or Flutter. I think you basically can actually create a desktop app using both. Depending on your knowledge, both of them. Yeah, you can create some desktop app using React Native using Expo. If I'm correct, yeah, I think you can already use Expo to create a desktop app with React Native. Then for Flutter, you can actually use Flutter itself to create a desktop app, and you can convert your current Flutter code base to actually be able to work on desktop desktop apps too. Yeah, or you can actually go native using SwiftUI to create your desktop app, or yeah, any other stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. So you can have depending on what you work with, you can basically shake it out. Like I said, you can use Expo for React Native and Flutter desktop support for Flutter. Yeah, I hope that answers the question. Okay, so let's go move ahead, work on other stuff. So let's see. For some reason, the LinkedIn streams kind of like stopped working. I don't know why. I just figured out it stopped working. Let's see. Just see what else. Yeah. So guys, if you're watching from LinkedIn, you can just switch to YouTube or Twitch or basically Behance too. Yeah, I also stream on Behance. So yeah, the next stuff on the table today basically are the state management that we want to use. Like I said, we'll be using Recoil, and I'm going to close this. Yeah, just do I need to close it? Let's try. Let's install Behance, Recoil, not Behance. So I'm gonna say npm I for install, or you can just type it in full, which is install, or just use I for shorthand, and then add Recoil in there. So that should be Recoil, Recoil JS. I think. Yeah, there we go. This should be it. Actually, this is my first time trying to use the state management for the Recoil state management. So we're going to see how that works out today. So yeah, basically npm install or yarn install if you're using yarn, or if you're using boa, I'm going to actually use that too. Yeah, so let's go ahead and try this out. So let's say in here, Recoil, and then enter. That will start the process of installing that for us. Okay, I think the installation is done. Let's see what else we need to actually do here. I think the first step will be to set it up. So we have to root Recoil roots. Components that use Recoil state needs Recoil roots to appear somewhere in the parent tree. a good place is to put this in your root component. So basically we have to put this in our root component, and where's basically our root component? That should be inside index.js. I think that's what it's named, or app.ts, no, index.js. That should be okay, digital component, we're registering app component in here, so not basically not here. So app.tsx. Yeah, I think this should be, yeah, this should be our root component. Yeah, definitely. Then we need to wrap this. Yeah, so chat, and someone's asking if React Native has hot reload. Yeah, it actually has hot reload, and you can try that out by hitting your R key on your keyboard. So just R key, and you see that reloaded, and any changes you actually made will be shown here immediately. So yeah, it has hot reload. Is it hot restart or hot reload? Yeah, I think I'm messing both of them up. I think it basically is hot reload, but yeah, it has that feature. So I think that answers that question. Okay, I think that's basically called hot restart. Yeah, but because hot reload is basically once you kind of save the changes on your keyboard. Okay, it has boot. Yeah. Yeah, basically guys, it has both, so just figure and find that out. So yeah, so if you tap the command key and the S key, that should, yeah, refresh. Yeah, and then you can hot restart by arrow key, and that will restart the app. So basically it has both hot restart and hot reload. And yeah, I think so in here, which is our root component, I'm going to wrap the whole thing with so recoil roots. So let's wrap this with recoil roots. Come on, why is this going too much? Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to just use recoil roots, this one, and then under it add this in there, then restart. So let's try a major restart here. Okay, there we go, that's cool. Then we are going to start creating atoms for our state to hold our states. So if you can actually go through the documentation here to understand more. Let's see. So my opinion on, okay, chat, my opinion on either using React Native or Flutter. For me, I would say just try and learn any of them. They are actually a toolbox. Just add them in your toolbox. So they're basically a tool for you to achieve anything you want to achieve as a software engineer or front-end engineer, anyone. So basically just like the way we actually add programming languages to our toolbox. So just add that. It doesn't matter. Just learn that. So there are sometimes you kind of like wanna build a front end using React Native. Let's say most of the code base is built on React.js for the web, and you are being asked to actually convert the web parts of the code base to actually work on mobile. You can actually use React Native in that sense, because you can reuse the whole front end. You can reuse the whole web, most of the web components, and yeah, it won't be hard for you. Yeah, instead of going straight to Flutter or something like that. And it's easy for the teams who are working on the React for web to actually move to React Native. So yeah, I think it's okay to actually learn both. There's no nothing there. Just trying to learn both. Kind of like the difference that Flutter in a way is much easier once you kind of get hold of it. But React Native, I kind of also find it fun too, because I just started learning it and started using it recently. So it's fun to work with, as you see. It kind of like looks as if you're working with Flutter in some way, yeah, in some sense, yeah. So let's see. Let me see. So yeah, we added the roots, recoil roots. Basically we need to start adding our state using atoms and all those stuff. So atom represent a piece of state and all those stuff. And yeah, selector also kind of like a derived state, so you can derive a state from, yeah, something like that. But we can try to use any of that to see how that works. So basically let's go ahead and do this. So in here, in our projects, I'm going to create a new folder inside the source directory. Yeah, inside the source directory, I'm going to call that states. States. In there, let's create another one. Create another file which is going to keep hold of this test states. Let's go in there. It's not going to be called test state, but I'm going to call these user states. I think that would make sense. So I can actually save the logged in user in there instead of always making a call to AWS to return the user details whenever we're trying to access the user. So we can do that for this user states dot tx. In here, let's get hold of that. I'm going to say constant. So constant. So the state name can actually still call it user state. Yeah, user state, and we could say that is equals to atom. Yeah, that's already imported. So guys, if I kind of like make a mistake here, let's go ahead and let me know, because this is my first time trying Recoil. So I have user states. Inside it we have atom to keep our state, and then here I'm going to create key property. The key, let's see. So we have a key property and we have a default value. Okay, so let's say we have a key property which is going to call user state, and we have a default which is going to be an object, right? Yeah, an object. I think that should be it. And then we just export this, export default user states. So let's try using this, and then inside our app, so we want to try this to be somewhere here. So when the user is signing in and when the user is creating the account, we want to init the user state with some values. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is a sign-in screen. So okay, we have constant use recoil state, and we pass in the state that we want to use, and we can actually start making changes to the state. Okay, set test. Okay, I see. So in here, script, I say constant. And there's going to be user, call this user, comma set user. So we're not going to use state, we're going to use recoil state, right? Yeah, recoil state. Just copy that. So recoil state is going to be our state we created here, which is user state. Yeah, I think that should be it. And then we can actually try okay, let's see how to work with this. So let's log out first because we are currently logged in. Let's log out, log the user out. Okay, we have a problem. So sign in, recoil, use recoil state. Okay, okay, function not implemented. Let's see. Here we get this. Oh, okay, yeah. We got an issue. So basically, this went ahead and created a new function for us because that doesn't exist, and that's not what we're looking for. So I was surprised why are we getting the function not implemented error. So we are going to import this from Recoil. Yeah, say import import use recoil state from recoil itself. Here we go. Save this. I think hopefully we won't be having the same error again. Let's get started. Sign in. Yeah, the error goes away and we're not having the same error again. So right now we want in a situation whereby the user is trying to sign in. Once the user is actually the whole details is actually authenticated by AWS, then we can just save that inside our database, and we need to do that right somewhere. Yeah, so after this response, we are console logging the response, and we could just call somewhere here set user. Let's see what it requires us to pass in. So we can just pass a whole object in there, and we want to pass a username, an email, a phone number. No, we don't have a phone number, so we just remove the attributes because the user doesn't have a phone number. And then it's signed in. We could set that to true. I think this is I don't know if we're going to use that, but yeah, I think sign in. The user is already signed in, so why do we need to check that value? So I don't need that. So we already need their username, email address, and what else is being returned here. So let's see what else is being returned by from whenever the user logs in. So this is a user data, and we can just copy this whole stuff and head over to somewhere that can JSON viewer, so I can actually see the whole data in there. And the one I basically use is this, so I can just remove the whole stuff in here, paste this, and then format it, and then we could actually see what is being returned. So there's inside the object, JSON object that's been returned, we have a property called attribute, and which is an object too, JSON object, and it has an email, which is this, and it has email verified, which is this right here, and it also has preferred username, which is right here. Let's see what else. So preferred username, email address, email verified, preferred username. I think that's all we need. There's nothing else we need to actually use here. And also you can actually access the username from here, but since we can actually get the whole data from this point, so there's no point of getting going straight to that part. So let's go ahead and do this. So we access inside the JSON, there's an attribute called, there's a property called attribute. Let's see, so there's an object returned, we call that response, right? So response.username, and that's not how it should work. So response.attribute, so response.attribute dot username, and the same with email. So response.attributes dot email, and next will be so we got the username and the email, just what we found here. So email, okay, and the next one will be email verified, so we still need that one. I call that email verified, set that to response attribute.email verified. Yeah, there we go. And this whole stuff right there to the end, we don't need them, just delete every single one of them. So let's try and do this. And once that is done, let's see what else we could actually do. Then we can try to access this inside the home page, the user details inside the home page. So that will be the first task that we're going to do here. So let's go ahead and log this user in. Let's say cozy dev, and the password still the same password that we are using, 0247. Then we have hash this, then go ahead and sign in. I think that worked because we didn't have any errors or something shown right here, also shown to the user. So let's try and access whatever we just saved in our state management using this. That's inside our Recoil. So remember, we're using Recoil state management, so let's access that somewhere else in our home page. So let's go to our home page. So that should be home. No way, yeah, home. And then we could actually insert top over here, guess hold of something called constant users, not a set user. We're not going to get hold of user, but you're going to use Recoil value. Recoil value, where is it? use recoil value, and that will be from user state. Yeah, user state from here. I'm going to pass that in here. So I need to import this. Yeah, that solves the issue. So okay, invalid attempt to destruction non-achievable instance. Let's see. We can use selector for that, but we are not going to use selector in this case. We are going to use recoil value. And in here, I'm going to access the username. So there's a property called username inside the state, if you remember. Yeah, it's called username. Where did we do that? Yeah, username, email, email verified. So let's try printing out the username for now and seeing how that works. So in here, I'm going to create a new test field. I'm going to say welcome username. Style this. Let's say test. In there, I'm going to say color. For now, color should be black. I'll save that. And so welcome. Says does not exist on this type. Again, you can actually need to give this a type right here. The type of this type. String unless is email, unless not password, but that should be email verified. That should be the last one. See it over here. Okay, this needs a value, but you can actually pass a type to it. we're actually doing everything in the right way with Recoil. So we created a Recoil state, we got hold of the state. Yeah, Recoil state which we created right here. That's on the default value. It's an empty object, and okay, let's try logging a user in again. Okay, we're still having the same issue. So for some reason we can actually get hold of the use Recoil state, which are getting the state from here, and we're passing it in here. Recoil value. We are doing it the wrong way. Should it be Recoil value that we'll be using, or Recoil state? Yep. Let's try this again. Still in here. I'm going to try and use these two together and see if this is going to work. Let's test it out here and figure out where we are having the issue. So record value. There we go. And then I'm going to console log let's see, log. Yeah, so let's try this. Get started, sign in, see dev. Password still using the same. That should be TVUO 247 hash. Yeah, so that worked. At this point we're able to get the device. Username is Recoil dev. Okay, so we're able to print the username out here from Recoil value directory right here, and we went to the user home screen, which we have here, and we're getting rid of the user state. Let's see, trying to console log it out, not console log it out, but actually use it in here. Yes, the string, and I'm going to say test color welcome. Okay, let's try and log this out here. Let's see. Second one should be email. Yeah, there we go. So the email is actually console logged out for some reason. Let's try use it here. Okay, that worked. So we're able to get the user email. Oh, I think we made a mistake. So come on, yeah. I think this should be the issue should be coming from here. So we have response attributes. Yeah, I think that's where the issue came from. So come on, I just remembered right now. Yeah, so we have email and preferred username, not username. So that was the issue. So it's called preferred username and not username. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. Come from this, and then if you go ahead and save this, sign out, and then sign in again. And then you can actually try this put, print it out here, email, say comma, no, so email, username, and then last three we have email verified, no, email verified, I'm gonna just show it here, email verified, and then there we go, all of them shows up. No way, that should be email verified, and then this should be preferred. Yeah. So email verified says yeah, okay, consider true, but we can't see that right here. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. So let's yeah, the app is working, but there's a bug we didn't actually fix. Let's check that out. So if we sign out, you will see that this is still here, so we need to reset all those stuff. That's sign in. So once we call this, so before we navigate, we need to clear the user input, and then let's see. Yeah, that worked. So let's try that again. Course dev. And then the password being yeah, so you can actually see the user email and username, which we are actually showing up here. Showing that the state management that we added is working, and then we try to sign out again, and this is working as we want it to. So you can actually see the user is actually cleared, the input field is cleared. Yeah, I think that's it, but I think yeah. So like today we actually wanted to complete the whole use state management today, and we're able to add that. Yeah, let's see if we still got more time. Next should be this is done with, so let's exit from here and sway straight in here. So we're working on this one. So this is the home page, and inside the home page you should have a search bar shows up in here, and we'll be using our input field for that, for the search bar functionality. And then inside the search bar you should also have an icon next to it. Okay, and then we have these boxes that shows up in here, and we also have a button bar inside the home screen, so we need to add those, but we won't be completing everything today, just try to add a search bar, add this tree, and tomorrow we just continue the rest of the screen. Yeah. So, but we need to log in to be able to do that. And there we go. So first thing first is to add a search bar. So we head over to the component folder, it's a new component. I'm going to call this search bar, and inside the search bar component I'm going to create an entry, so call that search bar dot txx, and in there I think I'll just copy whatever we have for the password and just change one or two stuff. Come on, just highlight this all the way to okay. Yeah, there we go. Just copy that over and head over here. So create a search bar component, like what we have here. So we just want to create this particular search bar as inside here on the home page. So let's go ahead and do that. Say RAF React component search bar. In there, just paste the code we copied. Okay, this is going to throw an error because it's not complete. Just remove this one. I think that should be it. Okay, still remove this. And then go ahead and import all this stuff. The add style sheet up here and in there. And let's start creating the style sheet. One thing, just go ahead over here and copy this. So the styles that are missing, we need a container, input container style, and yeah, input container and container. So let's add those container, copy that. And then we have input container, which should be this. Still need the input too, copy both. Let's see what else style that's missing here. The I style, we are not going to add that. I'm going to name that to something else. Name that to search icon. Yeah. It's not going to be named I, so I'm going to change the name to this. And then all the stuff we have here, need to remove them. It's going to be one components, and I'm going to use Ionic to get the icon that we want. Ionic icons. Right in there, I'm going to search for the icon that we want, which is search icon. And there we go. Copy it. And then head over to our project. Add that in here. Next is we are going to say when this is touched, press for now, just console log some statement for us. I'll say log search. And also do the same for here. See test input. We forgot to use so we don't need an input error, so I'm going to remove that entirely. So yeah, there we go. Prop change, we're basically going to copy this over. Like I said previously, we can actually have this in one place where we can actually import them from to any company instead of copying it everywhere. So that's one way to fix that issue. I'm going to add that to be of type React component type function. What? Come on. Let's see. Get rid of something called plops and access every single thing that's in here, and then we can just start using this wherever we want to use it. So first of all, we're going to use it inside home screen. Inside our home screen at the top right there, just add this. There we go, and then import it. Request for missing. Okay, what property is actually needed? Okay, placeholder and value. Placeholder and value. Placeholder should be search. There we go. Next is the value property. Should be empty at the moment, so if you go ahead and save that. Okay. Okay, I see. The icon. Yeah, there we go. We name that to be icon. Yeah, that fixes the issue, and we can actually see our input field right there. There we go. So it's how the test search. We need to change the color a bit, and this has to take this color, so we kind of have to do a reverse. And the search icon, I'm going to say color. Color is going to be the input. Okay, yeah, that's a mistake. Not there. It won't work if we do it right here. So the place that we need to do it should be in here for the colors property. I'm going to pass it in there, and if you save this, there it works. So you can actually see the color is now gray. But the input test, I think we actually changed that one by using the color property. Let's see, input placeholder. Okay, placeholder test color. Should have a color is on. See. Okay, we already have a dark color, so just use that one. Yeah, there we go. And inside we are going to have a container. Our container should have some margin around it, padding and other stuff. They say padding horizontal. And the margin top should be reduced. Let's say 100 for now. Yeah, there we go. That should be a bit off from the top, so let's push it, reduce it. So let's say that should be 70. That's what about 60. Yeah, I think that's okay, and that's cool. So we have 60, so that's placed up there, and or we just signed out, so we don't need to sign that. Let's sign in again. There we go. So if you tap on this, if you tap outside, it should actually dismiss the keyboard, but that's not added yet. Let's go ahead and add that. So in here, I'm going to say touchable feedback. No, not feedback base, but touchable feedback. Then we need to import this. Then we need to have the onPress. Say onPress. Keyboard. Import this. Then dot dismiss. Tap. Yeah, that's working. So we're able to have this up there. Next is just to add next is to add, let's see, yeah, these three components at the top. So that should be so this should be an icon box. So I'm going to create a new view after this. Not this, so not that. Under this, create a view, and inside the view I'm going to create another view, and inside our view then we could just have an icon. The icon we have a name, and again, yeah, there we go. This view we have let's say star. We're still going to move this outside. I'm going to call this stars icon box. And inside the icon box, we don't have any Z index issues to show up a background color. Not red, but for now let's give it red color. Let's say height. Width 50, border radius 20. If you do that, there you go. Make that to be 10, the border radius to be 10, and that matches up with what we have here, the border radius. Yeah, and then we need to place the child inside, align items, and there we go, and then increase the icon size. Let's say 35. And first, next is to get this icon flowers. Hopefully we're able to get that icon, an icon that looks like that, or we can use an image flower. And change the background color to be custom colors dot. Yeah, there we go. And then the colors of the icon will be app main color. Okay, let's just change this. Yeah, there we go. So that's basically what we're looking for. Yep. For this we need to actually be able to take this out and make this an individual component. I'm going to move it out inside here. I'm going to call it to be an individual component. No, icon box, and I'm going to say icon box dot tsx. Go ahead and import this, and then we need to add styles, style sheet, icon box, there we go. Go ahead and save this. And let's try using this on other screens, on the home screen. So I'm going to remove this icon box property from here. It's no longer needed. And in here, I'm going to import this one. Then if you save this, and there we go. You can actually see that showing up. Let's make this a multiple in 3 places, and you can actually see that showing up. And then have a style property to position it. Styles icon box wrapper. There we go. And I'm going to say space between next. You can actually see there's space between them. And I'm going to say margin there we go, that looks better. And then margin vertical. I think that makes more sense. Let's see. And just be able to change the icons dynamically. Let's add that. I'm gonna say in here, no, it should be a type icon box props. Okay, no props, that should be, come on, icon, yeah. Now icon box prop type, so currently to start being empty because I haven't been able to fix it. So let's add the icon property here. So set this one to rose outline. The next icon should actually look more like a gift. So I'm gonna say gift. There we go, copy that. Let's see the next one. So the next one should be wine. Wine. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Save. Nice. So that's what we actually came up with for today. I think that should be it. Then tomorrow we can actually continue from here and add more stuff. So tomorrow we'll be basically adding the underline, the text under it, and then try creating another path of the UI. And yeah, I think tomorrow we'll be able to finish the home page yeah, be able to finish the home page, I guess so. And yeah, continue with the details page and other pages. I will be able to complete those stuff tomorrow. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, so guys, thank you guys for joining today. Have a nice day. See you guys tomorrow, and everyone, take care. Yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, try to subscribe to the channel, and yeah, keep the channel growing and keep sharing it with your friends, anybody who is interested. And I'll keep seeing you guys back here every week and every day. Yeah, I think that's all. Thank you.